Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Okay, chef. Yes, chef.
It's the only thing I can't do.
Oh, why can't you do it? Why can't you give me a yes, chef? I've been doing it to you for years.
You have.
In a joking way, because that's what goes on in a kitchen.
Right.
I know this.
Right.
I know what goes on in a kitchen, damn it.
It's the chef-assance, you know? It's the renaissance of the chef. It's the uprising of the chef, where now, you know, they're on top, whereas back in the day, not so much.
It has gone to an insane level now. And this new show, The Bear on FX, which we're late to, on purpose, by the way. I do want to say it's on purpose. I don't like to watch weekly programming anymore.
Sure, especially with commercials. So so you wait and you halloo.
So I mean, we've waited now, and halloo, which we talked about the other day, has now jumped to the top spot for us as far as streaming platforms go.
I know.
It's insane that it has, but now with the cratering of HBO, I can't name another show on Netflix I've watched since Stranger Things. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I do the documentaries.
Yeah, well, you do the murder stuff, and that's all fine.
The girl in the picture.
You're not doing Sandman?
Not doing Sandman.
No, not doing Sandman.
I did do the girl in the picture. Holy shit.
The Bear, though, we'll get into that at the top.
Sure, let's do it.
Intense, and, you know, as soon as it ended, you and I started gassing through episodes. We're already halfway through the season. It's stressful. It's stressful. It feels like you're in the kitchen in that environment. And I think the first question you asked me was like, hey, have you ever worked in the kitchen before?
Right.
And I was like, sort of.
Sure.
I was a busboy.
Right.
And it sucked. It sucked so bad that I knew that I never wanted to be back there anymore. And like what I couldn't figure out was why everybody was such a dick. Like why chefs and like line cooks and everything else behind the sous chefs, the other people, why they were just such assholes. And years before that, I had read this script called Waiting. I was a big fan of Waiting, auditioned for it. I loved this script. I ended up becoming friends with the writer and director. And to this day, everybody says Waiting is like the most accurate, you know, behind the scenes movie as far as like
a chill corporate job where they have too many people working there. No one has real pressure on them. You're like doing, you know, putting things in the microwave and heating things in the salamander or whatever. So
sure.
Who'd you audition for Waiting?
Justin Long's character.
Okay.
And then ironically, I ended up working with him and accepted. I screen tested. It was with Ryan Reynolds, and it was too similar. We butted heads, to say the least, in there.
You would never, Ross.
This one wasn't me.
I will say
because I was already friends with the director.
The least amount of pressure in the hierarchy is the busboy. So like the person that doesn't really have anything on their shoulders, nothing riding
100%.
on them is busboy, dishwasher, even dishwasher sometimes, which I have done as well as prep and sous. But the dishwasher, like sometimes they need a fucking thing and it has to like go through.
Right.
The busboy and...
So you move up. Well, here's the thing. So from busboy, you go to waiter. So we went to waiter after that. And then you have to interact with them because if they're late on an item and you're like, hey, where the fuck is chicken parm for table 19? I need that now. And it's like, you're going to get some aggressive response to that. And it's hey, dude, that's my tip. I know you don't care because what the fuck do you, like, you're on a set salary and everything else is rad, right?
Yes.
So cut to from Waiting to now, I think there was probably one really great cooking movie in between the three of these, between Waiting, The Bear, and then this movie called The Chef with Jon Favreau, I thought was really well done, where he's on the food truck, right?
Yes.
But those are kind of the big three that have, at least in my opinion, probably got it right.
Well, spent a lot of time like with actual chefs and training and really wanting it to be a totally authentic experience.
What about the Bradley Cooper show based on
Burnt?
Bourdain?
No.
Oh boy, don't get Jesse started on that. You're getting her riled up today. You're gonna get her riled up today.
Kitchen Confidential is one of, obviously, my favorite books of all time.
What about Julie and Julia?
Oh God. Dude.
Oh, you know what? As far as like the authenticness and like really diving deep into the cooking of it, yeah, you're actually not wrong.
The lobster comes back out of the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bouffe bourguignon
Yeah.
that like gets burnt.
No.
Ugh.
But as far as all those goes, like I thought all three of them did an excellent job. Now with the bear, the way they shot it and the way that it's edited together ramps up the stress of it, where you're just like, oh my! I mean, you're just white knuckling your remote control the entire time. Like, why am I putting myself through this? But you also can't turn away. And I think they knocked it out of the park. And so far, so good. We're I think 6 episodes in at this point.
Delco and I were talking about it before, where it's like, why is it so stressful? But it is, and you just like do it for a certain amount of hours with no reward except for what?
Just the weight off your shoulders.
And a fucking stick, smoking a stick at the end of the night by a trash can behind with nobody talking to you, nobody asking you for anything. It's like you finally got to the end of it. You'll go back in the restaurant and it'll all be like a pile of trash. But for 1 second, you can like go outside.
Yeah.
Smoke a stick, maybe shove something in your mouth over the trash can.
It's just
No, it's just literally a breath, which they get that very good too. Like the rest of it, again, with no reward. You just get up and do it all over again the next day.
Yeah. So it was
just
enough.
Stress yourself out.
Well, for me personally, it was enough that I wanted to get out of the restaurant all the way as a whole. So I would start off as a busboy, did not like that. Then waiter, didn't really like that. Not because of the people so much, but because when things are out of my control, that's when I flip out, right? Sure. And it's like, dude, you're relying on chefs who don't really give a shit. They don't care if they lose the job. They don't, go to another restaurant. Everybody's looking for another chef. And you're like, all right, sweet. So after that, I was like, how do I get the fuck away from that? Then I'll be a host. So I was a host for a while. And then finally I got outside the door at a bar and I was like, all right, this is where I should be.
That's about
here.
what you can
drinking, beating people up, taking money. That was the fun stuff for me where I was just like, all right, cool. And then hearing the rest of their conversations later was always hilarious. And since you didn't work inside there anymore, then the chefs became cool because you weren't in their face and vice versa anymore. So it was like, oh, all right, this is all just a bit. Like you guys are just feigning hatred for no real reason other than you can because you're stuck in a kitchen, sweating your ass off all day, cooking the same meals over and over again. Now, if you're at like a Michelin restaurant, something like that, I think that's when the creative side comes
it's the same
into play, where it's like, all right, great.
No, it's the same dynamic that's going to happen in any job, right? Where there's, let's say,
just bullshit.
Producers, tech people. Hosts, creatives, right?
Waiters coming to...
Waiters.
Kitchen closes at midnight. You come at 11:59. You place an order. We lose our shit.
You don't understand that that's fucking... And then they're making you do something. They don't understand why this substitutions are like making everything fucking harder, cog in the wheel. And like people, you just don't understand each other. In every job, there's going to be those two... The two dynamics of like, you just don't get what I do, I don't get what you do, we're both not appreciated the way we should be appreciated, right?
Yeah.
The fun of getting past that is like problem solving, figuring out Jesus, what he needs, what he likes, what you can, right?
What kind of weed you're going to get him?
What kind of weed you're going to get him, give him a cig, like the kind of way that you can talk to him about getting the substitutions fucking around, joking, and that feels like a problem solving situation. You get to the other side, they only do substitutions for you, right? And they get pissed at the other waiter. There's something really great about that too, right?
Yeah. And, fuck, man, at the end of it, like looking back on all of it, I would say that everyone should, at some point in their life, work in the service industry, so you get a feel for it. And it also teaches you when you go out to dinner later on in life to really be nice to your waiters and chefs and all that shit, or your food's going to get fucked up or destroyed.
Have either one of you ever worked in fine dining?
Yes.
It's a little different, at least from my experience in school. It's a combination of both, Jesse. The chef is no longer the technical person or the tradesman. They are the artist.
Exactly. And so then the waiters are the ones that are like,
how do I technically put this together? How do I support this amazing chef, this creative genius, and allow them to be the best that they can be?
I don't like that. That's too. I want there to be a little animosity. I want there to be some fun, some jabbing.
No matter the level of the kitchen, the chef will never be happy.
No.
Unless there's a French brigade.
You're correct.
Unless it's like, again, 3-4 star, let's do Michelin 3-star. Right. I mean, the amount of staff they have to support them, the chef in particular, I bet they're not even breaking a sweat back there.
Can we instill that here?
Well, you could if you get. Well, here's the thing:
just like 30 people working for you, Giorgio.
If you get rich enough, you can. And like on these production shoots, especially for commercials, there got to be this thing, and I don't know if it's still in place anymore, but they wanted like a huge high-end director to come and direct this Kia commercial, right? And I think it was Michael Mann who directed Heat. Was doing this Kia commercial. Well, he had 90 assistants that he sent. He was maybe on that job for 4 hours, and then the rest of his team took over for the next 3 days, and it was like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Right.
Similar situation with high-end chefs where it's like you have this huge team of people. They're really doing it. They're looking at it, and they're like, all right, send it out. You're good.
Yeah, but that seems that's boring and sterile.
It is. And I worked, Giorgio, by the way, I worked at one of those for roughly, I think, 8 days. And I actually told you the story the other night. It was in Columbus, Ohio, which is not known for their Michelin restaurants, but there is one. And I think it's a 1-star. Is that the lowest?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a 1-star, and it was the lowest. And everybody was shocked that it was there. But everybody had said you make so much money being there that it's amazing and everything else if you're a waiter there. And so you've got to start as like an assistant to a busboy and everything else. You're wearing a tuxedo, all that other stuff. And like after like, I don't know, day 5 or 6 or whatever it was, I said, hey, I know how to pour water and butter. Like, are we good? Can I move up? And they were like,
do you,
Ross?
No.
You're going to be here for 6 months. And
do you know how to properly refill a carafe for a table of 4 and serve from the right?
Yeah.
Do you know the difference
how
between
to put the napkin around the fucking
exactly
pitcher so that it doesn't like drip in any way? Do you know?
Yeah. But this show's not that. This show is a cult classic sandwich shop.
Right.
The high intensity of the line around the door, people not getting along, chefs fucking with each other.
Have you guys
fucking love
it. To-go order?
Nope,
not yet. And I'm looking forward to the One Take show. That I'm going to be...
Yeah, they do a lot of oneers.
I guess there's one show that they did entirely in one take.
No spoilers, all right? No spoilers.
I haven't seen it.
I know, but the audience hasn't either. So.
Yeah, but they all know.
They can anticipate.
It's been said on like every show that's talking about the bear.
How'd you guys feel about the catering party episode? Because that one really hit home for me with the dynamic between the cousins.
That reminded me of you, where it's just like, oh, hey, I accidentally dosed the kids with Xanax, and you were like, all right, sweet.
I will say that was a bridge too far.
Even though the show's based in Chicago, the cousin kind of comes off as like a Delco.
Delco.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
Chicago has a lot of Delco in it. I feel like it acts like it's too good.
If you wouldn't have seen
diagram.
the Chicago exteriors, you would have thought that was Delco.
Yeah.
That's the thing people forget. Chicago has like this weird dynamic or like view in the country where it's either like black gang shootings or like the nice white part, Cubs fans, Wrigleyville.
Right.
No. There is so much garbage.
They do a good job. They make them White Sox fans.
And that's it. Yeah, they are. That's part of it. Like, really, they talk about the Blackhawks a lot, which is a big part of that as well. But there is so much like Polish Italian garbage in Chicago that just gets swept under the rug.
We got taken there
Delco
one night. I think it was Tim Morris that took us there to some of those bars and restaurants out there, and I love them. They're all fun, and the food is really fucking good. But I remember thinking to myself, "Oh shit, I've never been here before."
Right,
and I've been to Chicago
But by
a lot.
the way, we weren't even
In the deepest? No.
We were in the dive bar in the Cubs area, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? So
Sure.
their dive, we didn't even. Don't think that we fucking.
No, not even
even
close.
know anything about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
So as deep as you go in,
Sure.
then it becomes more and more Delco, where you're like,
Right.
oh, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
And then they make
There's no way out
fun
of here.
of the sister's boyfriend or whatever, who's a Cubs fan.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really know much about baseball that much.
And
Yeah.
they make him like the dorky,
But that's
buttoned
who
up.
people think that's like the fuzzy version of Chicago, right? Like all these people who like went to Notre Dame and Big Ten schools like moved there and they have like nice paying jobs. It's almost like what people thought the 90s were when they watched Friends, people still think Chicago is.
Yeah. It's 100% not.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But yeah, love that show.
And it's great.
Again,
It's
very,
super
very intense.
stressful, but they've knocked it out of the park once again. FX, dude, is coming up with bangers. Now nobody's watching it on FX; they're watching it on Hulu later.
Right.
And even you, episode 5, were like, "Oh, is this an FX show?"
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
didn't know.
"Yeah, we forgot about basic cable."
It is, but I think they dropped it all at once on Hulu.
They did.
Yeah.
No, the first
Okay,
two.
so
Well, the
it's-
first 2 episodes, and that's what they're doing now. They're dropping the first 2 episodes, and then usually going week by week after that.
But I think it's finished on FX now, right?
It's done, yeah.
Yeah. So then they drop
Correct,
it on
yeah.
Hulu.
Yeah.
'Cause I
I-
watched it all in one sitting like weeks ago.
No, I watched Atlanta week by week initially, and then I was
No,
like,
but I think
Right,
the-
but I'm saying the
this,
Bear
I think
specifically.
the Bear was.
Okay.
Because
maybe they didn't believe in
did-
it. Well, usually, like in FX, if they don't believe in a show, they don't think it'll do that well. They'll dump it like that. It is definitely a surprise hit. I mean, there's no other stars other than the guy in Shameless.
Yeah.
I don't know one single person in there, and like,
And it's just like a sequel to Shameless almost.
Yeah, still in Chicago, right?
It's
He's
just
still.
Lip.
Yeah, it's definitely like what Lip would do if he lived an alternate life.
If you want to
basically.
stay in Hulu, though, might I recommend Pity the Fool? Or sorry,
This Fool.
This Fool, yes,
Is
sorry.
it good?
the first episode was.
Okay. I
Give it
saw
a shot.
that and I was like, this could be amazing, or it could be.
the Wu-Tang series was dope as shit. Like,
Yeah.
look, they're putting out some hits over there. But typically, if you dump a season like that, you don't really believe in it. And looking back at it now that you said that, I understand it because besides him, the rest of the entire cast is virtually unknown. They're all original looking in appearance. It's not, like whenever I bitch on this show about diversity hires and all that other shit, just kind of jamming in characters for no reason, it's shows like this that's what it should be for. Just write the story the way it's supposed to be. Cast the people that are supposed to be in it. It will be great. People will see it. This is a perfect example of that, where they didn't really hold back, and it's, to me, and I don't even know the area, but it sure the fuck feels like all of these people are genuine in this show.
Right.
And I don't even know if some of them have even acted at all.
And that Jeremy Allen White, I mean.
Man, ladies love him. I asked you last night. I was like, the ladies love him.
Come on.
Yeah.
5'7", no problemo. Do you know what I mean? That energy is definitely a 5'8", 5'9". You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Ladies
Also,
love 'em.
Hoarder House on Hulu. I don't know if you guys are watching Hoarder House.
No, I'm not watching Hoarder House. I'm not watching.
Oh, where they do a remodeling show, but in a hoarder's house.
Oh, great.
Yeah, like
Great.
HGTV meets hoarders.
Yeah.
So fun.
They're all going to be Hoarder House.
Good bones,
by the
you
way.
know?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
rest
yeah,
of these
yeah.
shows that are coming out, wait for HBO's new slate to drop. It's going to be a ton of housing shows like that.
Loving Hoarder House.
Go find the Brad Pitt houses and do a doc on that. I think that would be a fun one too.
That would be good.
Because the houses look so nice down there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, Brad Pitt did it, and they look amazing.
You can call it Beggars Who Choose.
Yeah, exactly. If you need a name that's gonna fucking just kill, Bob. I mean, on the fly, he comes up with the genius
Beggars
names.
Who Choose.
Beggars Who Choose. It's almost like a charity. I'm not going to talk about Housewives, but there's a charity on Housewives where they do dental work for homeless people, and they called it Toothless Not Homeless. And I thought of Bob.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I thought, did they talk to Bob about this
Contact Bob
name?
about this?
Yeah.
And then
call
it
him?
begs the question, like, what would you rather have? Do you know what I mean?
A
like
roof or teeth?
Yeah, like a house or teeth.
Yeah.
You're just giving them
One of the
teeth.
two,
Just
Yeah.
giving them teeth. So it's like they're just walking out with like this beautiful like Ben Affleck, Joe
Right.
Biden smile, but then they're just back on the
Back on the street, yes. And so the begs the question as well, like maybe that money could be used for like a house too, right? I don't, because it costs a lot for dental, especially implants and stuff.
To be fair, if you keep them homeless, you're ensuring maybe at least, I guess, that food won't ruin the teeth.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
You're really preserving the teeth.
Yeah.
Time out. Let's not act like the homelessness is the problem. If they were hot, living in tents on Venice Beach, we would love them a lot more.
Yeah, so the teeth is okay. Teeth is a start.
Don't give a man a fish, give him a fishing pole.
You know, we give these
homeless.
girls boob
Maybe
jobs,
we could
new
do.
teeth.
Yeah, maybe we could do extensions.
Sure.
Homeless, not hairless.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. We're gonna have a new docuseries on Gary Busey soon too. That's coming.
So
it's coming, right?
So yeah.
When he got popped, what was it? 2 days ago, yesterday, for sexually assaulting 3 women at the same place.
Sure.
Which is a record. 3 in one place is a lot.
For Busey, it's not.
Apparently, he was groping fans at one of these cons. Will you look up the name of that con, Bob? It was like a dragon con or something fun.
It was Monster Mania.
Oh,
Monster Mania convention.
Was he a monster at one point?
No, I just think he's a kind of a staple at any convention for, I'm sure they'll give him a booth fucking anywhere, right? Yeah. If it's Busey, you'll at least go for the novelty of it.
What's this picture you have up, Bob?
Now,
is that him?
To celebrate his allegations, Gary Busey, this is after the groping allegations, to sort of celebrate them, I guess, he went to the park, took his pants off, and smoked a cigar.
So listen, we're dealing with...
Okay. Can I see that one more time? Gonna need to see that one more time. Okay. Just pulled him down right above the knee, huh?
So when we talk about... people taking time off for mental health and dealing with their mental, you know what I mean? Just need a break.
Yeah.
So this is someone that actually does documented mental health issues, and he will not take a break as much as people want him to, right? No. Why don't you take a step back for mental health issues, Busey? Because when you really have mental health issues, you don't know. People need to fucking tell you.
He shouldn't be out there at all.
No.
His whole life is a mental health issue.
Yeah.
At some point, and look, I feel bad for these women, and they deserve probably some sort of recompense, justice, or whatever. I don't know.
You sound like you sound bad, yeah.
But
look,
he is a poorly trained circus bear at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
he is broken in the brain.
All right.
Now, did he have problems? Let's be real. Did he have problems before the motorcycle accident? Like, was he this guy and it's just heightened?
I asked. So I did a movie with him in 2002. It was a long time ago. And it was a fucking problem. I've never worked with somebody, one other person, that was that bad, where you were just like, holy fucking shit. This is crazy. And one of the first stories I heard before coming to set was from the wardrobe woman who had said that Busey had locked her in his Malibu mansion, and she was there for 8 hours, and she was kind of trapped. And she did report it then. So this was going on and whatever. And it's like, you hear a crazy story like that, but you also don't want to ask the person either, where you're like, hey, I heard this story. Were you trapped in his mansion for 8 hours? Like,
right.
Who knows? Like, I'm assuming it was true and everything else. And then he got to set. He had an assistant with him that wasn't part of his agency or anything else. There was this one bar scene, and the whole bar was stocked behind us with fake bottles. Now, the only one that wasn't was on the top shelf, and it was a bottle of Tanqueray. It was green, and it was filled all the way up, and they were like, hey, just so you know, because he was like, I'm sober, I can't have any of this shit, blah, blah, blah. And very manic and everything else, and they were like, great. The only bottle we couldn't get a fake one for is this bottle of Tanqueray, but it's way up at the top. You won't even reach it in the scene. It is purely for... whatever. Scene starts.
Fill that with water.
Right. Okay. Scene starts. He was late already. He was 4 hours late.
Sure.
To set already for the day, and it was just like everything was rushed because you're trying to just shoot him out at this point, and he was getting $25,000 a day, so that money had to stretch, especially on an independent film. He reached up, grabbed the bottle during the middle of the scene, drank half the entire bottle during the middle of the scene. Went back to his trailer, claimed that the producers and everybody had gotten him drunk and that he needed to go home because now they had gotten him off the wagon. Okay. So when his assistant stepped in after this, we don't know what to fucking do at this point, right? The assistant steps in and says, hey, I apologize. He has never been the same after this motorcycle accident. And he said he had gotten, I want to say they said like a third of his brain removed in an eye, I think, his left eye.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad.
It was real bad, but it was real bad 20 years ago. So who keeps enabling this behavior for 20 fucking years? Which that's the craziest part to me, because after this movie was over, you can report all the things that you want, right? Either somebody's got to do something, or his agents have to do something and get him the fuck out of there. Somebody books you on this. This isn't like, hey, I'm going to call Gary Busey personally. An agent books you on this and you get paid to do this gig. It's not you just show up and then, hey, whatever cash somebody gives me, I put it in my sock and leave. It is what it is. But he's been fucked up for 20 plus years now at this point.
Also, aside from the motorcycle brain shit, he's 78.
Yeah, he's also 78.
Oh, is he really? That was my next question. Fuck. 78 years old. Yeah. I mean, so...
But we've gotten to the bottom of it here. Gary Busey said, "I did not sexually assault anyone. My accusers are lying."
All three of them. Who were fans, by the way.
Open and shut.
Yeah. Who are fans, by the way. They're fans of Busey.
But what are they fans of?
Right, like
work?
what at
Point
this
Break?
point? Yeah, exactly. At this point, what are you holding on to?
What you're fans of is essentially what
The
he
crazy
did. Yeah,
dude,
the
like-
fucking psycho.
That's what you're
Performance in
there for.
Entourage. Guys.
Oh, guys,
Yeah,
guys,
dude. I mean,
guys.
look, he's been getting hired over the years. Like, go to his IMDb, Bob. I'm sure it will shock your mind where you're
It's
like,
sad. I
holy
mean,
fuck.
it's the same thing with Anne Heche, where we like joke about the aliens thing, joke, and then she dies.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, this is why people are going. This is why they're going to see him, because Gary Busey is crazy. He's a novelty. You're going to get a story from it. It's fucking sad, but it's the truth, right?
Yeah.
So you got a story.
You
definitely did. And like, he should not be out doing this stuff.
You're there. I mean, they were there. My point is, and again, if they deserve justice and all this stuff, but like they were there to laugh at the crazy person.
I can feel your. No, I know. Yeah. But look, that's what I'm saying. Like, you were there for the story. Like, it's gonna get fucking crazy. Like, he's not just some lovable fucking older dude. Like, he's actually documented not well, dude.
And this is what happens if you're like, I'm going to take a picture with the tranked up circus bear.
Yeah, he's going to touch your butt. He's going to try and unclasp your bra, which is what they're saying. Basically, it's butt grabbing.
Yeah.
So it's like three butt grabbing, trying to do the bra.
Pop some bras.
And I mean, I'm sure when you think about it, funny, in practice, like when he's actually creepy Busey is doing this to you, it's probably horrifying.
Sure.
But you went there
to laugh at a mentally ill
being
man.
like, oh, he might grab my, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Maybe people were Point Break fans and they just wanted to pick, you know?
Maybe.
Look, I remember this because people have asked me over the years, they're like, why did you work with him? And I was like, dude, at the time, none of us knew how bad the accident was and all that shit, right? Because I even talked to the director about it, and he was a long friend of mine. You know him
really
well.
bad.
And he said, look, he was nominated for an Academy Award. He was in great films like Point Break and fucking go through his history, the Buddy Holly story and all that shit. Like he was a great actor at one point, and it all went out the fucking window.
Right.
But it was because of a motorcycle accident. You know, before that, he seemed kind of manic and whatever, but nobody really said anything. So.
But
what are you supposed to do at this age? You almost have to put him in a home or something and get him off the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah. At 78.
Yeah. Britney Spears can be free. I think Busey, some kind of conservatorship would be great. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mostly for the well-being of other people around him.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's fucking wild, but it's not surprising. You know, this is one that's like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Unshocked by this. Same when like Andy Dick gets arrested or Ron Jeremy.
Right.
You're like, well, not surprised by this. And especially when you haven't seen people in years and you're like, holy shit. So,
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to shake out because what are you going to say as the judge to a crazy 78-year-old man too?
Yeah, I mean, this may be some kind of impetus for something to happen, maybe, of like, look,
Yeah.
should he be in jail? I don't think, but
this is maybe stop dragging him out to shows and be like, Gary, talk about demons.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, talk about demons.
And then we get pissed
Fun
when
documentary.
he's the crazy dude that you came to see. Like,
he even did that show on Comedy Central. Remember where what is it? I'm with Busey, I think was the name of it.
Yeah, he's done like Sober House, I think.
Yep.
Like Celebrity Sober. I mean, he's
done all the things.
Keeps trotting out there, and I think this may have to be the end.
Maybe.
May have to be the end.
We'll see. R.I.P. R.I.P. Okay.
R.I.P. Okay.
I don't know, James. I don't know. But what I do know is this: if you want to watch Point Break or the Buddy Holly story, you can watch it from the comfort of your ghost bed. From ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Come on.
Word up.
You knew that was going to happen. Right now, you're getting a mattress and 2 free pillows with it. Enjoy the magic. It's hot as hell. Actually, it's cooled off here because we've had, 19 inches of rain in an hour or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's cooled off.
We lost the feed yesterday.
Can't go outside.
We lost the feed yesterday. Our buddy drove up from Dallas. And, yeah, dude, he was like, it's bad. It's bad. They got 9 inches in an hour or something. Flooded out everything. Bad. Look, don't leave your bed. That's why I'm telling you all this. It's a weird world out there. Don't leave your bed. And if you're going to stay inside, you might as well do it on the most comfortable mattress God himself has ever created. Right?
Right.
Or his disciples. Right. I don't really know. But you're getting 30% off of the promo code Drinking Bros at checkout. So if you want the sheets, or the pillows, or the mattress, or the adjustable base, fill up the cart as high as it'll go. You want the weighted blankets, get 30% off the promo code Drinking Bros, 40% off with the bundle package. Now, the bundle package is the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. Amazing. Once you have it, you'll never go back. I can promise you it'll be well worth it. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a 60-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest there, as long as you have decent credit. Check that box. Everything you did in the carts will be applied to that. You can walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for about $25 a month. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. What do we got next up, James?
Do you even monk, bro?
Come on,
Monk
dude.
Pack keeps us rolling, keeps us going at the studio.
Do you even monk, bro?
Do you even monk? That's what we ask everybody here. Like, if you're feeling a little peckish.
Don't mind me. I'm about to go monk.
Are you about to monk? For those about to monk,
we salute you. We salute you if you're about to monk out there. All right?
Okay, so if you don't know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Monk Pack offers low sugar, keto friendly bars, which are plant based, gluten free, and non GMO. And they are perfect snack. I like the nut and seed bars. There's granola bars. There's cookies. It is keto, low sugar, low carb, but they don't taste like that.
Sure
They're not using, fake sugars. They're sweetening naturally, which is very good. And
best in the biz.
They're
We
very
tear through
tasty.
Them here.
Yeah.
We tear through them here. We hide them from each other here. It's become a whole thing. The kids eat multiple at a time, 4 or 5 in a sitting.
Sure.
Because they taste so delicious. It's like, all right, great. I can just keep eating these. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you can, but then we're not going to have any left. So if you wouldn't mind just leaving 1 or 2 for mom and dad.
Right.
That would be swell.
When you're feeling like a sweet, the caramel sea salt is the best.
That and the coconut cocoa is
it will curb all cravings
amazing.
For like grabbing that donut or like candy bar.
Yeah, candy bar. Get 20% off your first purchase of any Monk Pack product by visiting monkpack.com, entering the promo code Nooners at checkout to get started. Just go to monkpack.com. That is MUNKPACK.com and select any product. Then enter the code Nooners at checkout to save 20% off your purchase. Monk Pack is so confident in their product. It's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll exchange the product or refund your money, whichever you prefer. Last but not least, we've got liquidiv.com, Jabes.
Getting us through.
Drinking it out.
Getting us through.
Drinking it out. For those of you on the video show, I'm drinking it right now. I need it. Stressed out. Drinking, and then, you wake up in the morning and you gotta throw some back. You gotta throw a little Liquid IV back. It'll snap you back to life. Best in the biz, these guys. As far as rehydration goes, put one of these sticks in about 16 ounces of water. It'll double rehydrate you real fast. I mean, real fast. I don't even know what the single is, but it's fast. I feel like it doubles it. All I know is as soon as this bottle goes down, I'm ready to rock. I feel confident again.
Yes.
I stopped sweating. I think Joel was saying he had the alcohol sweats today. Like it definitely will knock that out, Jabes. You know?
Yes, they have some kind of cellular technology, but they also have B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C, electrolytes.
Yeah.
So it's basically just a blast of everything your body needs when you are. Dehydration is something that you really don't know what's going on, where you're like, why am I so tired? Why am I feeling this way? Why is my eyes dry, my skin bad? Hydration.
Yep. Hydration.
It's the first place to start. If it's still going on, go somewhere else. But if you start there and really hydrating yourself, you might see a big difference. Joel,
then you're good to go. Best flavors in the biz. So they got watermelon. We got a new watermelon too.
They have pina colada.
Pina colada. They got all the fan faves in there. Sour apple is great. The pear is great. It's super underrated.
Tropical punch, which is new, is very good as
I haven't
well.
had that one yet.
Very good. Very good.
Now you can grab your Liquid IV in bulk at Costco if you choose. Or you can save 15% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the promo code Nooners at checkout. Don't go up to Costco and say, "Hey, Nooners, can I get my thing?"
They won't give it. They won't give it to you.
15% off online when you go to liquidiv.com. Use promo code Nooners. It's 15% off anything, by the way, when you order and you shop Better Hydration today using promo code Nooners at liquidiv.com. This Kobe trial is heating up, Jabes.
Oh, is it?
Sure is. Sure is.
Okay.
And she's going for all the monies in this one, and I think she deserves it.
Okay.
For real. That's pretty horrific. Of
yeah, for sure.
Sharing burn photos and all that other shit. And they've got it on camera. She's gonna win all of it.
Yeah.
Now, what's
deny it.
interesting is I believe there was 12 people in that helicopter that died that day. 10 of them settled. 2 of them, her and another person's wife, I believe, were like, no, fuck you. We're going to take this to trial.
Well, they must have time, money, good lawyer. There's a lot of things you need to go to trial.
I looked into this, and I believe each of the victims got $1.5 million. The other 10 that settled.
Yeah.
Kobe's wife, though, was like, no, that's not going to do it at my household. I've got an entire bank behind me, and we're going to drag this bitch to trial, and you guys are going to pay for what you've done. And it is fucking gnarly. Have you seen any of this?
No, the trial?
Yeah.
No.
Brutal. The fact that she's there every day, too, is even worse. Because one would imagine you're going to show the photos during trial.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to see that or not. We're not talking on this show, but I'm just saying as a wife whose husband is deceased and child is deceased, like, would you want to see that?
No.
No. So I don't know if she's staying for that at all, but I can tell you when the jury sees it, and after her being there, they're going to get all of the money from them, and that's going to be that. Especially when the guy said, I don't apologize for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they keep a ghoul book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did you hear about that?
No, I don't.
It's just an album, a photo album of all like the worst horrific deaths they've encountered out there, and they keep.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, like I actually don't like the gruesome, gory details of it all. I like the investigation, if that makes sense. It's like I don't like any of that shit.
You like the mystery of the murder mystery.
I like finding out. I'm like, I'm obsessed with the husband's 911 call that murdered the wife. I'm obsessed with like how they finally figure it out. How people try and get away with it is crazy to me, right? The actual photos. What?
Oh, Jesse. The devil's in the details.
Okay, so this is the creepy voice. Again, Are people watching Blackbird? I'm sure they are.
We haven't
know
gotten
exactly
to it
who
yet.
that
we haven't
voice
gotten
is.
To it yet. but
I'm
looking
don't.
forward to it.
And it's making me not want to watch it because it
makes me want to watch it immediately. Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah, it makes me want to watch it immediately.
And Bob can just drop right into that, you know, and he's a true thespian.
Sure. Just know we're going to watch it. We've gotten a lot of DMs about that show, and they're like, hey, have you guys watched the show? And I was like, no, we haven't. And then Bob was talking about it when he came in the other day, and I was just like, oh, shit, isn't it any good? And he said it's wonderful.
Right.
But the creepy voice, who is that?
It's the serial
That's the
killer,
killer.
right?
That's Paul Walter Hauser, who deserves awards for this. Probably.
All the awards?
Him and Taron Egerton both deserve awards for this.
Oh, Taron Egerton's in it too?
Yeah.
He's a fucking great actor.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, I'm in. Yeah, I'm definitely in on this, but we have not seen it. We also weren't invited to Ben and Jen's wedding, and I felt disappointed in that.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't go, though.
Why is what I can't figure out. Because now they found everybody all over the world. TMZ did magically.
Sure.
And they interviewed all of them. So we'll start with the first one. We'll start with Casey Affleck.
Sure.
Why is your own brother, who you're very, very close to, not at the wedding?
Right.
Because and if you're thinking to yourself, maybe he was busy shooting a movie or whatever. Nope. They caught him right outside of a Starbucks the morning of in L.A., and he was chilling, not expecting TMZ to roll up, and was just like, oh, fuck. You know, and that that's Casey Affleck voice, or you're just like, oh, shit.
Sure.
Wasn't there. Didn't have an explanation for why he wasn't there. Did make a post on Instagram about
that he
it.
had to do something with his son.
Okay.
Something to do with like baseball, Little League, starting school, something like this. And then the new girlfriend, wrote on there, who else would do this kind of thing? Who else would be here to watch your boy? Seemingly maybe a dig at the ex-wife that wouldn't take the kid and give him that weekend, or maybe they're dealing with stuff that he doesn't want to mess with. She deleted her comment.
Okay.
Later, but someone caught it. So
great.
I just think, like I said before, Ben Affleck is trash. His family is trash. He's always been trash. And he somehow has risen to this height of
Benny
having two weddings, one of them, being in Vegas the way he wanted, and the other being this big Georgia, to do. Leah Remini was not there as well, which is J-Lo's best friend, apparently.
Really?
She had to move. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, she's gotten lots of mileage from being J-Lo's best friend.
Wow.
Believe me.
All right. I didn't know that.
So she's moving a kid into college. They could not get away.
Can't get away.
And I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure it'll all come out in the wash. With Ben Affleck, it always fucking does, okay? It always fucking does.
Look behind me right now, okay?
Yep.
Oh, other side, there we go.
Yep.
Benny's back, baby!
Benny's back.
He's
It
back.
always comes out when the best friends don't go to the wedding.
Now, there's a photo of him, Bob, the
It's a
next
red
day, if you
flag.
can find it.
red
He's in the back
flag.
of a vehicle. Now, TMZ said, he looks exhausted after a fun weekend of wedding shenanigans.
Who's he with?
I don't know. It's some
a girl.
but I think it's an assistant of Jennifer Lopez. Now
Or his
there it is. Yeah,
not his daughter, I hope.
Put that picture up on screen there. There you go. Now they're just saying he was tired in this photo.
Mm-hmm. And he is on the way to the airport there. God damn, dude.
Yes, Benny. He's back, baby. Boozing, hard drugs. Let's go, Ben Affleck, maybe. And then they found Jay Garnes, Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, not hard to find her. She's just at home with her chickens, cookies, and kids.
Close. You were close.
Oh, what?
There was a lucky man who found her at a Sam's Club. She was just shopping for the week at a Sam's Club and
normal life
in Virginia somewhere.
Oh,
Apparently.
there was some headline that Jennifer Garner didn't go. Of course she didn't, you fuck.
There she is.
Of course she didn't. What are you
Pop it up.
talking
Pop
about?
it up. Look at how nice she is. My God, man. Just no makeup, doesn't care. Hey, I'm just at Sam's Club. I'm just a normal mom. I don't care about Hollywood. and just taking a picture with strangers. Like, it's great. It's great. And
two ends of the spectrum of people I do not want to hang out with ever, right? They've really covered both ends. Ben Affleck's trash.
What is going on
Jennifer
here?
Garner's the boringest
But what is going on
person
here?
in the world.
What is now I've got to figure it out. I got to know.
It'll come out, bud.
I got to know.
Come out. That back tattoo.
You go from
comes out.
You
it
go
peeks
from
out.
Jay Garnes, right? Super type A, good mom, keeping it together, driving you to rehab.
Sure.
And then she goes back to Jennifer Lopez, and they get married. I mean, they're fucking full on married.
Yeah,
now.
2 times. 2 times.
2 times married.
times,
And now they're doing that thing. But if you see him in the back seat of that car, clearly he's partying. Like, does she not care? What's the agreement there? What is it? I'm missing something.
Apparently, she's always held a candle. She, if you believe the blind items that have been going on forever, Jennifer Lopez has messaged and talked to Ben during their entire relationship, and it was a problem. And so I wonder if at a certain point she was just like, I'll take you however you want to come back.
Really?
You want to come back and drink?
Yep.
I'll pretend you're not fucking drinking. You want whatever?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
Man.
in the end.
Yeah. Love wins. Love wins in the end. And it looks
The trash,
it looks
you
like
know,
they're
the trash
having
is in
fun.
the trash bag together. Do you know what I mean?
But it is odd when the best friend, the brother don't go. A lot of people don't go to
what?
the wedding. The best friend and the brother.
Oh, I thought you said the brother don't go.
The brother didn't go.
Yeah.
Brother don't go.
The brother don't go.
Brother don't go.
Okay.
You don't show.
I
It's a no, you
I
don't
didn't
show
know.
for that wedding.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like a
If
saying.
yeah,
they were gonna-
it is now.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Cochran, if the
Sure.
brother don't go, you don't show for that wedding. I would have bounced and been like, oh, shit. Is my brother here? Oh, he's not? Fuck, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I'm going to get out of
Right.
here. I'm going to dip out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really odd. Really, really odd. But he's back. He's off the wagon. And it's entertainment
not that
for
odd.
us.
It's not that odd. It's
It
everything.
sure is.
It's everything.
When you're that high profile, it's odd. Same thing with the Will Smith and the Jada Pinkett thing, right? We all knew one day that would come to a head, and it was spectacular. It was the best head that it could come to. It was the side of Chris Rock's head, and it was awesome, right?
Sure.
We knew it. We knew it was going to happen. What's this one? How does this one end? Is it in a DUI car crash? Is she a Lady Di figure, and then she gets to be the person she's always wanted to be, the beloved actress and the whole thing? Does she die too? Is it a Chappaquiddick sitch where they go off a bridge? Like, what is it? What's going to happen here in this? What's the end game for Ben and Jen?
I think it's just going to be the same thing that Ben has been able to do for years.
You think so?
Fool everybody.
All right. I think it's going to be a different sitch, I
No,
really do.
if anyone can clean up whatever he does PR-wise, I think it's J-Lo.
Okay.
Like, you're not really hearing, besides this blip on TMZ, like, you're not really hearing about it. There were pictures of him, kind of passed out on the thing
Sure.
and crying at the dinner, but it really goes away quite quickly. And I think that probably has to do with her, and maybe that's what she offered him. Hey, man, I just want to be with you. I'll make all the shit go away if you do anything.
Yeah.
You just have to,
Keep it together.
keep it together somewhat, and then maybe after the photogs leave or whatever, maybe you can get a little bit crazy, although they are going to try and get that picture no matter what.
Yeah. It's gonna be wild. I'm excited for all of it to unfold. Because right now everything that I've seen is a blast, and I want more of it. That's all. That's all. I want him to Paul Pelosi it. Where he just gets pumped, driving over some vehicles and all that other shit in the middle of the night. And you're like, oh, fuck, that just popped up and that was fun. It's a fun, flirty thing that he did, just driving into vehicles.
Right.
Speaking of which, he just got sentenced. Big Paul.
Had
Big
to.
Pelos.
Had to.
Pelos. He got 5 days in jail. Is that normal for a DUI?
I had a fraternity brother spend the weekend in jail for a DUI.
Yeah, but if you get arrested on the weekend, you usually can't get out until Monday.
No, after
that was the sentence.
Yeah, like he wasn't in like a little lockup at the police station, like
not
jail.
there's the drunk tank.
Right.
And then after that is the trial, if you choose.
If you choose. Well, I don't think he chose on this. So it says here he pleaded guilty to it. Just got that out of the way. And he's going to get 3 years probation, 5 days of jail time with credit for time served. So
By the way,
I don't know how long he was in there before.
got the mugshot.
There it is.
There you
got the
go.
old mugshot. Look at Paul.
I mean, yeah. That's an old...
Just an old man. It's just
wino,
an old 83-year-old
like,
man just doing shit, just drinking,
weird.
fucking having fun, and crashing into cars in what wine country?
Yeah, thinking he's
Napa.
above the law.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Finding out he's not above the law.
It's fine. We are who we are in this world. And Paul, look, all he wanted to do
He's on brand.
was sell stocks illegally and then just go to wine country when his wife is going to... Was she overseas at that point, or where was she? I think she might have been in New York at somebody else's wedding or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was doing something fun on her own. And Paul was like, well, that bitch is out of the house. I'm going out tonight. Call the fellas. Call all the 83-year-old homies and just go out and drink wine like a fucking boss. Not a bad life if you can do it.
Yeah.
But it's if you can do it, Jabes. And that's the question. If you can do it.
Yeah. Well, he won't do any time. Who among us has not been sentenced?
The 5 days?
No, I actually have the details of that.
Oh, you do? Okay, great.
So 5 days in jail is his DUI sentence. He'll receive credit for 2 days already served. I guess he somehow
in the
spent
drunk tank.
2 days in the drunk
yeah.
tank. And then he will also get a two days off as a conduct credit because he was a very good boy for the 2 days I guess he was there.
Okay.
And then the final 1 day that he has left will actually not be spent in jail. It'll be served through a court work program.
Okay, gotcha. So he's not going to spend one second there. It sounds like got it. Okay.
But you need the guilty, plea. You need the sentence just so people will shut up about it, and then they can figure it out behind the scenes.
I really want... No one can do this. Like, I don't want a listener to actually do this. But if you're a listener and you do get a DUI in wine country on your own, not because I told you to.
Sure.
And you go in front of the judge, ask for the Pelosi.
Yep. Please, and have somebody just film it. If you happen to do that already,
I think they're all
don't do it because
anyways. So it's like ask for the Pelosi and just ramp it up, dude.
I'll take the Pelosi, Your Honor.
And if the judge doesn't laugh, even just a tiny bit, do you know what I mean? If you don't see a little
smirk there,
he's not human. That's a robot. Do you know what I mean? Because that is fucking hilarious.
It is fun. It is fun. The old Pelosi. Give me the Pelosi.
Give me the Pelosi.
What? I'm sorry, sir. What is that? Well, that's where I serve no time.
That's where you say that I'm going to serve time, but then I don't do it.
Are we cool or no?
Yeah.
No.
Come
cool
on.
Or no.
Come on.
And they still haven't. Young Thug and Gunna are still in jail. They haven't even let those guys out yet to party. And I don't get it, man. I mean, it's race. It's race is what it is at this point,
Race, free
thugger, dude. We got a free thugger. What's that?
They're decade-long criminals. Let's be honest.
Are they though? Because I would have thought Young Thug, especially him in particular, right? Because he's very much in demand. One of the best producers in the game. I would have thought he would have given it up and been like, "Hey, dude, I'm all good. I'm rich as fuck now." Dr. Dre and those guys did.
It's a different time.
Is it?
Yeah, you gotta stay in the streets. You can't forget where you came from.
I don't know that you need to stay in the streets. No, all the best got out. Eazy-E and those guys.
The streets. When they say the streets made me.
Ice-T, Dr.
They better
Dre,
have fucking made you.
Snoop Dogg. They all left.
Yeah,
they all got the fuck
home.
out of there. No. I mean, as soon as they got rich, they literally moved away from Compton, where you're like, okay, great. Right. And then it became a fun thing to just kind of go down there on the weekends, just to be like, oh, hey, what's up, you guys? And then once they got there, they were like, oh, shit, this is pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
and I'm going to get a murder trial going on. And I think that's when Snoop Dogg got out of there for good. He was like, well, it's time to get the fuck
I think
up
the
on
streets
out of
also
there.
find you now because I think some of these rappers are trying to get behind these gated communities.
Maybe
and people are still
they're still getting gunned down.
Will
They will.
find
They're still
you.
getting gunned down in broad daylight.
yeah.
It just happened Saturday on La Cienega at that gas station right across from the Beverly Center. Somebody pulled up next to a rapper and just fucking lit up the car.
Damn.
Absolutely lit up the car and then drove off. And the guy that they were trying to kill, they missed him and they killed his best friend instead. And it's so crazy how fast people have footage now. Somebody whipped out a phone and was just like, boom. And they have the guy's reaction getting out of the car, realizing his friend is dead, live on camera. And you're like, holy shit, this is wild. But yeah, the streets caught up to him. They caught up to him.
The streets will find you.
Yeah, they will. They will definitely find you, and that's how fast it is. Who is the other one? That's XXXTentacion, that guy.
he was a bit problematic, but yeah.
He was. And like that guy, you were like, all right, you were a piece of shit and you probably deserved to die. But what they just rolled up to a nice car dealership and got him there. That was right in the fucking car.
Yeah.
I would just move away from all of that shit. I mean, that's kind of the point, right?
I thought we were over this after Nipsey, to be honest.
Yeah.
I did too.
Did we not learn anything?
You got to get the fuck out of there. Just leave. They're all coming from you.
Don't try and help anybody or
No.
build a fucking school.
And there was another one in
fucking
Louisiana.
go.
Yeah, there was another kid in Louisiana who was an up-and-coming rapper who just got killed in front of his house, and he was with his dad. And so the dad had they rolled through, same thing, drive-by, missed the dad, and the dad ended up going after them, didn't catch him. But when he did an interview right away, right away on the news, and he was just like, look, man, there is something about Louisiana where they just do not want you to succeed here. And if you are remotely successful, they will come and kill you for no reason.
I think Bob has a video of something.
Oh, you do?
I think this is the video you're talking about, the
Oh,
reaction.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Shit. Play it.
Yeah, now be prepared. There's gonna be you're gonna hear a lot of fight back,
Sure.
fight back. But
Yeah.
Stop.
Is that Let's Dance by Bowie?
playing on the speaker. Yeah. Look at these people. They're just drinking their martinis.
They have no idea what's going on here.
I wonder who was shot.
Yeah.
Is that chicken wings and calamari?
Yeah, it was.
Where are
It's
they?
at La Cienega, right near the Beverly Center.
okay.
I used to know the old restaurant there. I don't know what restaurant this is, but with that, imagine you're just having exactly what they said. You're just having a martini, enjoying your day, and you're like, oh, did a rapper get shot and drive by across the street? No big deal. Nobody got it from the table. Nobody moved. And so that video that Bob just showed, the guy's dead inside the vehicle at that point. And the cops just got there, and they're just like, oh, fuck.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's weird. I'm just can I get another mimosa? You want to get a little topper, please?
Also, can you turn down the music? It's really loud. And the air, can you turn the air off? I think there's a vent right above me.
Now, that's a case, Georgia, of the streets finding you, because that's in a nice section up there. You're in Beverly Hills up there, right on the Beverly Hills adjacent. You're right there. So that was definitely not the hood for sure. And the streets found him. The streets found that guy.
Yeah.
But it's wild out there.
It is wild.
It's
out
getting
there.
real wild out there.
Where is safe, Ross?
I don't know. I think, the isolation, everything else. Like I'll think of a buddy of mine, Bert Koontz, who just picked up and moved to the goddamn woods in a log cabin where you're like, oh,
Sure.
well, there's nothing here but your thoughts,
Right.
And maybe he has it all figured out. He does. I had a strange conversation at the gym today about this, where it was just like, do you work your entire life, for this one thing, and then try to accomplish this one thing, whatever that may be, or if you have enough money, do you just kind of chill out the rest of your life and just kind of coast and not really worried about anything? Who ends up happier at the end of your life? And I go, we'll probably never have that answer.
Right.
No, but Bert's got it figured out.
You think?
You think so?
Recently, he seems pretty happy.
That's a real log cabin.
It's a real log cabin.
Do you know what I mean?
Those are hard to take care of.
Yeah.
It's hard to take.
They
Find some good
smell.
company to take out there,
Yeah.
Now look, he's good. He's good now. But Yeah.
I don't know the answer. And it was Charlie. I was chatting with Charlie earlier about this, and we were going back and forth about it because he had a relative who was just kind of coasting, just doing nothing, and he goes, "Man, he just plays golf and he gets to chill all day long." And I was like, "What's worse? Like you and I are both stressed the fuck out over work and everything else. What's worse at the end of the like?" And I don't know the answer.
Yeah,
I don't know. I go,
the answer is just enough.
Oh shit! You know what else I talked about?
Just do just enough.
I talked with Rachel about it. Your buddy, your buddy Rachel about it. Okay. She had paused Southern Charm.
Yes.
The reality show, and I was making fun of her.
But yeah.
Sure. And I was making fun of her. I was like, "You pause this. We all know what's going to happen. None of them are going to go to work. They're going to get drunk somewhere.
Yeah.
A fight's going to occur. Somebody's going to sleep with somebody's buddy." And I was like,
"They are at work."
Right.
Okay? They get paid for that shit.
So I go, and I know it well enough at this point because I've seen you watch it that I was just like, I know the characters' names. And I go, "Rachel, take this Shep guy, right?" I go, a lot of people look at him and say the same thing. What a fucking loser. He has no job, no life, is hungover till 1, 2 in the afternoon, can't do simple tasks. In his 40s, can't do simple tasks, and just kind of rolling through life or whatever. And I was chatting with her about it. I go, maybe I have it wrong. I go, maybe Shep's got it all figured out, and I'm a fucking loser.
Maybe, but he's now reaching like a puffy place, and he just lost the real cute girlfriend that was like keeping him kind of relevant, co-signing for him. So now I think it's caught up. I think it's definitely caught up where it's like not cute anymore. It took a long time, and it does take longer for guys than girls for it to like not be cute anymore.
Sure.
But he was keeping it going for a long time, and I think he's finally gotten to the like, all right, man. But at the same time, he has fucking money. So who cares?
Who cares now? Who cares?
That's like trust fund life, where it's like you could, it could be as depressing as you want it to be. In the end, he's still going to be fine.
Because you think about it, where I'd love to have just one conversation with him, off air, off the record and all that shit, and just be like, "Hey, man, for real, are you happy right now? Like, are you genuinely happy?" And what if he just said, "Yes, dude, this is awesome"?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
he is saying that. So from the outside looking in, it looks like a nightmare. Just because they show him, waking up hungover all the time and that whole shit of it, and like someone coming over for coffee and him being just, a complete degenerate. So. Yeah, I'm sure he's happy.
Yeah.
How it's going to shake out, I don't know.
I don't either. And then the Britney Spears thing, you brought her up earlier. I don't know if this was intentional. I had heard this rumor that she was going to re-record, I think, Tiny Dancer with Elton John.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah.
They did it. Like,
okay.
Why are we doing this with her? Why are we enabling this to go on?
Enabling what?
She's crazy and clearly needs help. And then they're like, let's give her a jangle, see if she wants to redo Tiny Dancer and put her back in the spotlight. Is that the best idea?
She doesn't have to answer to anyone anymore. And what's the harm in that?
Yeah, she needs a project.
Yeah. I mean, look, Demi Lovato got a project, and apparently she's doing well. I've talked to somebody on the inside, and she's doing well. She's working. She's about to tour. She's like happy.
Okay.
Because she has something to fucking do. So look, again, what is the harm in those two rich ass weirdos doing Tiny Dancer together?
What if she
Who does it hurt?
I think if she goes on some form of tour again, that's when she dies.
Sure, but I don't think she's going to do that.
I don't know. If you're recording with Elton John, for Christ's sakes.
A duet of Tiny Dancer.
I understand, but then, but they're going to get, yes, they are. It's Britney Spears. It's our first song in how many years? And plus, it's Tiny Dancer, let's face it.
Okay.
As soon as it comes on, you hear, Blue Jean Lady.
Maybe.
It's going to go so platinum so fast.
Really?
TikTok's going to love it.
Oh,
it's
100%.
going to explode.
True.
Nostalgia alone.
Yes.
Is it going to sound good with like a baby voice? You know?
I know, with Elton John's. I mean, I don't know. I don't
either.
know. I can't even.
I don't know. It's so...
Maybe they'll put a fun little beat to it.
Strange. The whole thing is so strange, and we're just enabling it. It's going to be fine. Imagine her at Busey's age. I don't think she makes it to 78. There's no way.
I'll be there waiting.
I don't know. Yeah. Like...
That's just on time for you. Yeah.
No, if this is a Busey episode, like Spears is chump change. I mean, she is, rolling around naked? Who cares?
For now.
Her kids are grown.
Football compared to
Who
Busey.
cares? Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's not forget about the umbrella, smashing the fucking car open and all that shit. Look, I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Give this a few years, and she's on my list for sure. She's on my death list for sure. Now, Demi Lovato, also on that list. We watched her, and talent supersedes everything, doesn't it?
It really does. I forgot about all of her bullshit.
So did I. For 5 minutes, I forgot about all of her bullshit. We watched her on Good Morning America, and she was singing the new song, what is it, 1729?
2917, yeah.
2917, yeah. If you don't know what that is in reference to, it is in reference to Wilmer Valderrama being 29 years old and dating her at 17 and grooming her. So that's fun. Here's the crazy part, though. It's a banger. I mean, it is just an absolute banger where you're like, God damn it, man. By the end of it, I knew all the words.
I know.
20, 17, I was like, 17, 29. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Even I'm in it. I've got my hands up in the living room, and I'm like, oh, my God. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Craziness.
It really is.
She's really fucking talented. And for 5 minutes, I forgot about her whole backstory, all of it.
It's an anthem.
Yeah.
It's an anthem for sure. With the, the whole Dane Cook of it and everything. It's going to be an anthem.
Has there been any feedback from him or no?
No, I mean,
why would you?
Yeah, I think he's having his people reach out to like Desmois and all of these like sites that are writing about it as someone that went to the party, and it's just like this glowing review, and it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes younger girls would be there, but it was just a fun, and you're just like, what part of your team wrote this into the blind item?
It's like walking out to the beach and like telling a hurricane to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get in the basement, batten down the fucking hatches and just let it blow.
Right? And I think that's what he's doing. And, not that much more has come out about it.
How old is she at this point? She's got to be late 20s,
Let's
right?
look at that.
She's 30.
She's 30.
No, she's 23.
Demi Lovato?
Oh, no, we're talking about... Who are you talking about?
Demi Lovato.
Yeah, 20. She's 30 now. When she wrote the song, she was 29. She wrote it because she was at the age that he was thinking, holy shit, I can't even think about a 17-year-old right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And just kind of made that connection, wrote the song, whatever. It's good. It's a
This is 17-year-old Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
In Camp Rock 2 on the Disney Channel.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
This is roughly the time that Valderrama started.
Sure was.
Young dude.
I know.
Does she not?
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
And here's the, maybe do we just need to go with it? I mean, it's not going to end. It's not going to stop.
But imagine 13 years later, like you're still thinking about it, and you're like, you know what? Now's the time to write that song. 13 years later. Wilmer thought he was in the clear. He was like, yo, I'm out, dude. I'm good. I made all my 70s show money. I was making $1 million an episode for 3 or 4
really, like,
seasons.
he did, that relationship was reported on as if it was, and Demi Lovato. No, nobody even made a mention.
No.
Just the normal Hollywood couple.
Yep.
Yeah.
People asked, though. We did ask. We were like, hey, how old is she? She's 18. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, not when you started
Wait,
dating.
and how old are you again?
Yeah,
Oh,
29.
all right.
Oh, I mean,
Well,
you're 30 now, but
yeah.
This just sounds like a nightmare. Like
It sounds like a nightmare.
It doesn't sound fun.
No, I mean, at
all.
the very least, and I know they're famous, so it doesn't matter, but it's like, I hope she doesn't get carded at this restaurant. Do you know what I mean? Type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
a 21-year-old would also be tough to connect to at this point in my life, but at least we could, like, have a glass of wine
drink.
and dinner
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, man.
And not to mention, Bob, have sex. You know what I mean? There's also that, which would be fun. But then after that,
Well, I'm saying, like, even an 18-year-old.
Exactly.
Like, a legal 18-year-old. Even that sounds terrible.
terrible.
It only works if he's 18,
Yeah.
and then it's fine.
Giorgio's going to defend it. Yeah. He defended Dane Cook.
Did you really?
No.
I mean, he just said, well, just maybe, maybe it's just a...
You're saying if the dude is 18?
And she's 30.
Yeah.
Then it's fine.
It is.
Yeah.
Actually, it is.
It is, yeah.
I know.
You're right.
And it's almost like good for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And look.
Yeah. That's exactly what society says. Oh, good for her. That's fun. Got yourself a little strapping college boy. That's fun. Good for you.
Yeah.
But now when it's reversed, then it's disgusting.
It is a little weird if he's 18 and borrowing the car, though.
Yeah.
Feels specific.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Feels
specific. Yeah. And on that note, Giorgio goes. But yeah, I don't know.
We'll see what happens with that. We'll keep an eye on it. As the song continues to get bigger and bigger, though, something's going to happen, I'm sure. You're going to have to say something eventually because it just came out and it's getting massive.
Yeah.
You're a couple weeks away from that really breaking wide open.
He doesn't need to say anything, does he?
He doesn't.
He doesn't. And
They're
he's
gonna
not
ask.
going to.
They're going to ask.
Who are they going to... What is he doing that they're going to ask him? At the airport?
I would go and find that cabin in Wyoming, They can't find me. I won't say anything for a couple of years and just kind of live my life. What do you... Why? Do you know something that I don't know, Giorgio? Is he somewhere else?
No. I just walked back in and didn't quite know who you were talking about at first, and I kind of thought you were talking about me still.
No.
Oh,
So
no.
I was really scared.
No, we know where to find you, bud.
Yeah, we know where to find you.
Yeah.
It's on an ottoman. It's on an ottoman somewhere.
Oh, Lord, I don't even know.
No,
I don't want to know.
Sure don't. You definitely don't want to know this story. We appreciate you tuning in. Kids, we got Drinking Bros this afternoon in the 2-ish range. Go to Spotify. Rate the show 5-star. That's it. Walk away. Go to iTunes. Rate the show a 5-star and leave a review there. It helps. All of them help. We see all of them. They get sent to our inbox. And that's all the advertisers care about. That's it. It's not us, it's them, okay? Just please do that. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.